welcome back everyone to the Red Hawk Sports Network. Guys, we are back here, and we got two new faces here. I'm Vince McCone. I'm joined by the always amazing Tim Glassdoll. We got women's basketball now. If you thought the first game was fun, guess what? We got game number 2 coming at you right now, right here. Tim, I mean, we are happy to be back. We took a little bit of a break for the winter break. Everyone went home, kind of got a little nice and cozy, but we are back here. How are we feeling?
I feel great. I feel refreshed. I got over, kind of the break a little bit, but I'm happy to be back in Panzer. We got another NJAC matchup coming up here, but I mean, Montclair State has been playing terrific basketball as of late. They're on a 4-game winning streak, currently 12-3 on the season, and they're doing a lot of damage. They're a lot of exceeding expectations. Kean is coming here on the road. They're going to try to make a statement and try to get a victory as well. So I'm very excited to be alongside with you today, Vincent.
Yes, and this has been such an exciting season for the Red Hawks. I mean, starting off with somewhere where you want to know what they were on ESPN. They were all over social media because of their director of positivity to a point now that, hey, they are 12-3 and still dominating the NJAC, looking really good with a 6-2 record on this young season in the NJAC. But a big part of this, I think Charlie can be given a lot of credit here, but another big player has been Sophie Benaventine.
Yes.
The graduate student here at Montclair State. She transferred over this year, and she has been amazing. While she hasn't really been able to do it, she hasn't done it from the scoring perspective, she's been a great ball handler and has been so amazing everywhere that you've seen her.
Yeah, she's a great facilitator. She's a playmaker. She's a leader. She has that Division I experience coming over, and it's really rubbed off on her teammates. You could see just the pace of play she plays at and how quick she moves the ball around. It's great for this Red Hawks team.
Yeah, and although we are loving watching her here, Coach Harvey knows that it's no shock that she has been doing this good. She has some experience here at Panzer Athletic Center prior to when she was a Red Hawk, and we got to sit down with her and talk to her about her pre-Montclair career. Here it is.
She'll put up a 3, knocks that one down.
But your body is tired, you're mentally tired, and you really think to yourself, do I have another year of basketball with me?
Benaventine fading away for 2, and she's got it!
So excited for this team. Every day they put in the work. These girls, they want to win so bad. They want to win, it's in them. It's a second family.
Sophie Benaventine is a women's basketball player at Montclair. She is new to the team, but not necessarily new to the program. Sophie's older sister, Vicky, played on the women's basketball team for Montclair, starting her college career in 2012. Sophie attended the games as a kid.
She was this crazy 9-year-old running around, with her face painted, her friends, grabbing a basketball any chance she got, shooting at halftime, cheering, signs. She was at every game for 4 years. And those 4 years are obviously so near and dear to me.
While Vicky was at Montclair, the team had the most success under Harvey's tenure. The team made the Final Four, Elite 8, and Sweet 16 in different seasons. Sophie in attendance got to see through her sister that hard work gets results.
She goes hard all the time. She has a passion for the game that inspired me to, I would look at her and I would just be inspired by how much she would push herself, how hard she would work. Even if she wasn't the best player on the court, she was always working hard.
Sophie started a career of her own, racking up over 1,000 points at Ridge High School. Her performance and ability earned her a scholarship to Boston University, a Division I program.
Fading away for 2, and she's got it!
While the results on the court were important, Sophie noted that she grew as a person as well.
That whole experience has made me to the person I am today. I wouldn't be so strong and confident in myself if I didn't have that experience. As every college athlete goes through their own different experience, you have the hardships, you have the ups and downs, and I'm proud of myself for how much I continue to grow in that experience.
After 4 years, Benaventine had a decision to make whether or not to continue her basketball career. She had 1 more year of eligibility as a graduate transfer. That is when Coach Harvey and Sophie saw each other again, this time at Vicky's wedding.
Vicky invited us. And Sophie's there, and now she's grown up. She's really come into her own. And obviously I went over and talked to her and I said, all right, so you have So we joked about it all night.
She's known the coach since she was 7 years old, and I think she just wanted to come home. And not necessarily New Jersey, but something that felt like home.
I mean, even just being able to see my family just at the beaches and seeing them at a different angle, there's no other feeling like it. It's just little things like that love and that care that you have when you come into something like this as a family. You know, it's a second family. So you can't get that as a regular student.
While her Division I experience on the court is important, Benaventine also sets the culture, knowing what Coach Harvey has strived for the last 18 seasons.
You know, there are times where I'll look at her and I'll see that 9-year-old, you know, and I'll see that kid that just loved the game and worked so hard to get where she is. And for me, it's like I did my job, you know, I'm fulfilling my life sort of mission. Yeah, it's just like this feeling I can't possibly replicate.
And we welcome you back now to the Red Hawk Sports Network. And wow, I mean, an incredible story. So happy to see that she does get to play a season here now in Panzer Athletic Center as a Red Hawk.
Yeah, it's awesome to see, and we talked about the impact she has on this team, but having that legacy coming to play here, it's a big deal, and I think it means a lot to her and also the team as well.
Yes. Now, a big thing to remember is, you know, we haven't been here for a little bit. Games have still been being played, but we haven't been here for a little bit. And I think a big thing to remember is we got to catch up. We got to catch up. These Red Hawks have been on fire basically since we left for winter break. They lost the first game, but since then they've been on a 4-game winning streak. Yeah, they've been red hot in this 4-game winning streak. I mean, so much to say about them, but the main catalyst for that 4-game winning streak has been their passing, has been their defense. They've been able to move the ball really well, also play on both ends of the floor, and it's really contributed to this team. This is a deep team, Vincent. Going into the season, they were overlooked, especially in the NJAC, and I think they felt disrespected by that, and they've proved a lot of people wrong. Yeah, a lot of great players on here have proved a lot of people wrong, and as you said, Tim, I mean, their passing game has been great. They lead the NJAC right now in most efficient offense and defense. You don't see that. Both ends of the floor. Both ends of the floor. They've been incredible. And that's something that Kean has struggled with. They are struggling offensively this year. They are ranked 6th in the NJAC with their offensive rating. Not the best. It's going to be a hard-fought battle for them, but they have players that can make big moves today, and I'm interested to see them all go out there and make big moves for this team as we are just about to get started with starting lineups. Tim, I'm interested, looking at Montclair first, who is someone that you are looking at? I think the obvious answer is Alyssa Cragwell. She's been fantastic this season. The freshman is currently averaging 15.7 points per game, 6.2 rebounds per game, 37 steals, and 21 blocks in the season. She's been fantastic. She does it on both ends, and she's arguably the best freshman in the NJAC right now, Vincent. Yeah, arguably. I mean, she's second right now in scoring in the NJAC with little under 16 points per game. She's been incredible. For the other side, though, I'm really excited to see Madison Vaughn. She's not only a player that can do it on the scoring side. In her last 5 games, all double-digit scoring. In 6 of her last 7, she's had double-digit scoring. She's been incredible. But on the other side, she can do it too, leading the NJAC with a little under 3 blocks per game. Incredible. I mean, you can't see it anywhere else. She's also averaging a little under, just a mark under 11 rebounds per game. She's been incredible. She's had 6 different games this year with 11-plus rebounds. And last game out, she had 17 points, 8 rebounds, and get this, 6 blocks. Oh, it's going to be a defensive nightmare to get around her for this Red Hawks team. But if they can get around her, I think this is a way that they are going to easily take this one. Vincent, I wouldn't be surprised if this game is actually closer than we think, even though Montclair State on paper should dominate this one. Any NJAC game is close. We've seen it over the years at Panzer. And I think Kean is coming in here trying to get a victory on the road, get it to 500 on the season. And like I said, you never know what's going to happen in the NJAC. And I think that coming out of the break, first game out of the break, it's not always easy to stay in that rhythm that you had. And as we get started now with starting lineup, starting off with the Kean Cougars, number 5, Maya Edwards, number 11, Erica Mercedes, number 23, Brittany Graff, number 24, Kara McCoy, and then ending it off here, number 33, just said it before, the senior from Roselle, New Jersey, Madison Vaughn. She's going to be a threat today. And now for your Red Hawks, as we are ready to get set. They're 12-3 on the season so far, and they keep looking like it's not stopping now. 6-2. Starting off with Alexis Strollo. She's been so much fun to watch this year. Then, of course, the senior veteran here, Olivia Vero. You can't do it without number 8, Alyssa Craigwell, who has been so incredible. That's your player to watch, Tim. And I cannot see a world where she does not go off in this big game. Then, of course, number 20, she's found her way into the starting role. Another freshman, Madison Marcotte. And then, of course, the graduate, Sophie Beneventine, who we are so excited to see once again. Tim, any two teams that Kean, as you said before, I mean, they're 7-8 on the season right now. It doesn't look like this is the team that could put up a real fight against Montclair, but I don't think that's the case whatsoever, and you don't think it whatsoever either.
I don't think so. Like I said before, I think this could definitely be a close game, especially coming out of the break. Kean is a team notoriously that plays hard and plays close games, so they're coming in here trying to get to 500, like I mentioned before, but they certainly have their hands full against the Montclair State team that really doesn't look like they're slowing down anytime soon.
Yes, and I don't think they are going to slow down. Coach Karen Harvey has done such a good job of bringing in the new freshmen, working it in with the veteran talent here at Montclair State, and someone that I've really liked to see in this season so far has been Alexis Strollo.
Yes.
She has been so much fun. I mean, in her last 4 games, she's shooting 50% from beyond the arc, 10 for 20. She's been incredible, and she's found a starting role now on a team that, you know, has a lot of guards. She's been able to break through and not be one of the taller guards. She's been incredible.
This was a year going into it where she had high expectations, Vincent, and she's really lived up to them, and especially in the past couple of weeks, she's played high-level basketball for this team, and it's really been beneficial for their 4-game winning streak.
Well, Craigwell is going to win the tip. She'll pass it over to Strollo, and we are started here. Craigwell drives in, looking around. It's going to be on the floor. A foul on, I believe, that one's going to be Kara McCoy. Yes, Kara McCoy's first foul. And inbounding it is going to be Strollo. Passing it over. Craigwell finds it. Beneventine in the paint. Marcotte. That is going to be a double dribble, and it'll be the Cougars' ball.
Yeah, but you see Beneventine right away trying to get that pass underneath. One of the best playmakers you'll see in the NJAC.
I really love watching Beneventine because she's always looking for that extra pass.
Active hands, too. Now from Beneventine once again.
It's going to stay Cougars' ball here.
Big thing for Kean here is you don't want to fall behind too early. You want to stay in the game as long as possible with the Red Hawks and give yourself a chance.
Mercedes is going to pass this one in over to Graff. Graff reading her options. Will pass it off to Edwards. Outside. Taken away here. Strollo battling for it on the ground. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going the Cougars' way. Still early aggressiveness by the Red Hawks. Here we go. Mercedes passes it in. Over to McCoy. Inside, nobody around, and that's the first bucket of the game off of Vaughn's tip in.
Great pass by Edwards leading to that bucket. Led her inside to the basket, and it was an easy layup for Vaughn.
Craigwell driving in, nothing there.
And that's where Craigwell's still learning a little bit is her shot selection. Obviously, she can score in bunches, Vincent, but sometimes she takes a little wild shots. That was a tough layup opportunity there. She's capable of making them, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you want to find the open look.
Inside there, and she'll find it this time. Craigwell puts herself on the board.
Great inbound pass leading to that bucket underneath the basket, Vincent, and Montclair State's done a great job of that throughout the season.
Taken down low, but Craigwell is going to swat that one away.
And that's where Craigwell is so dangerous. We mentioned that she plays really well on both ends. Currently has 37 steals in the season.
Graf, and they are going to get the ball here. Redhawks turn the ball over. Marcotte's going to take it up. Early momentum for them. Reading her options, guarded closely by Graf. Passes it to Craigwell. Craigwell driving down low. The 1-2.
That's a really tough take there by Craigwell. Able to get in front of her defender and then finish through the contact. I mean, she's just a pro scorer, and she showcased it early throughout this game. If they can't slow her down, it may be a long game for the Cougars.
Coach Harvey has talked so highly about Craigwell, and the NJAC has seen how electric she is. She makes the free throw, and the three-point play is good.
Yeah, you see the length, you see the strength, and she's just capable in scoring in so many different ways. It's hard to stop her.
Craigwell last time out had 11 points. So far today, she's got 5 already.
Good defense by Benaventine near half court there. She never, ever gives less than 100% on the defensive end, also showing the active hands.
Cougars looking down low. Benaventine gets in the way of the low pass to Edwards. Good defense there by the Redhawks. They continue to show it off on both sides of the court. Graf passes it down low. Edwards, shots up, nothing there. Marcotte comes down with the rebound. And Strollo's gonna back up. Driving in here, Benaventine outside. The long pass over. Strollo from deep, off the mark there. And it's going to be Cougars ball.
You see the passing ability, though, from Benaventine, finding Strollo for the open three, just not able to connect. But Benaventine sees the court better than almost anyone in the NJAC.
McCoy's going to inbound this one. 5-2 early on in this one. Edwards finds Graf. Graf passes it over and finds Mercedes. Outside now. The Cougars trying to get around the defense, and they will. That's a bucket from Kara McCoy.
That's a tough bucket from McCoy there, showing off the mid-range jumper.
And while we were talking there, Brianna Montehays comes on for Alyssa Craigwell.
Yeah, Montehays, who has started games throughout the season for the Redhawks, a big contributor for this team.
Started early, has found herself in a bench role here, and a nice reverse layup.
Great cut to the basket, leading to those easy 2 points underneath from Montehays, making an impact early off the bench.
Passes up, Benaventine's there, but nothing to show for it. Tipped, and Vero says no easy baskets today.
We've talked a lot about Vero throughout this season, Vincent. Arguably the best player on this team going into the season, and maybe still, but she's been fantastic, and she obviously gets a lot of credit for her offense, but she's good on the defensive end as well.
Deep three there, and McCoy scores again. She's got 5.
McCoy showing off the shooting early. She had that mid-range jumper, and now the deep three on that one, able to connect.
Marcotte looking around, going to pass it to Benaventine. Benaventine goes down. Driving in. Strollo outside, the fake over to Vero, and just off the mark there, she gets her own rebound and puts it back up. 9-6 Redhawks, Vero's on the board. Long passes here, guarded closely by Montehays, but Edwards gets around.
That's a tough basket there from Edwards, able to use good footwork and finish with the left.
Marcotte. Pass off. Brianna Montehays down low. Over to Benaventine. Benaventine pulls up off the front iron there. McCoy. Down low is Vaughn, and she will find the lane.
That's a great play there by Vaughn. As you mentioned, your player to watch, Vincent, she is fantastic underneath the basket.
Vero looking around. Benaventine pulls up. The jumper is good.
We talked about this. Benaventine obviously known for her passing, but she also does have the capability to score in bunches, able to get the bank on that mid-range jumper.
Edwards guarded closely by two Redhawks, and it's going to be a travel Montclair ball. And Mandy King has some questions for the ref.
Great press defense from the Redhawks once again. And they do a great job of active hands, active feet on the defensive end, and it causes a lot of turnovers for their opponents. Still an 11-11 game, though. As I mentioned before, I think, Kean's coming in here trying to make a statement on the road. And they've played well, especially on the offensive end to start this game, Vincent.
Benaventine and Vero are going to take seats here. Craigwell is going to come back, and same with Shannon Hughes as she sees her first time of today.
Shannon Hughes, another player on this team, accustomed to starting and getting a lot of playing time. But this just proves how deep of a roster this Redhawks team has, Vincent. And a lot of women have to maybe cut a little playing time for the sake of the team because they've been winning games.
Strollo works her way around and with a nice floater.
Nice Euro step by Strollo leading to the floater there. She has been playing fantastic basketball the past couple weeks.
Nice passing by the Cougars. Working around is Edwards, and the nice shot.
We've seen that a lot from Edwards to start this game. Again, showcasing the footwork and able to finish with the left.
Hughes outside is going to pass it back to Marcotte. Hit off of Mercedes' arm, and now the 2-on-1 off the mark there. Craigwell is going to come down with it and just going to pass it back. Strollo's calling to calm down here. At the logo is Madison Marcotte. Pass it off to Strollo. Strollo outside, back to Marcotte. Nothing there, but Hughes comes down with it. She's going to go out of bounds, though.
13-13 with about 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Both teams playing really good basketball right now and showcasing their offensive ability.
McCoy is set to inbound. 13-13.
Peyton Smith checking into the game for the Cougars. Madison Vaughn getting a little rest.
Looking around, reading the options. Mercedes. The shot. Off the mark there. Benaventine comes down with the rebound. Just got away from her there. And now it's going to be Brittany Graff passing it off. Looking around to McCoy. McCoy passes it deep over to Edwards. Guarded by three Redhawks. The shot by Mercedes. Nothing there. Hughes comes down with it. Passes it off to Benaventine.
Great pass.
Craigwell!
Benaventine with the laser pass underneath to Craigwell. And, I mean, that's a duo we've seen a lot of this season, Vincent.
A lot of it. And the Redhawks have been very happy that they have this electric duo.
Talking about a true freshman and a graduate transfer there.
The shot from Graff, and it's good! Kean takes their first lead since the first bucket.
I've been really impressed to see the shooting ability from Kean so far in this game. They've made a lot of threes behind the arc and also some tough mid-range jumpers.
Shot up, nothing there though. Now coming down with it is McCoy. McCoy passes it off to Graff. Calling for Edwards or McCoy. McCoy with it, guarded by Montehays. The jumper off the front iron. Craigwell is going to come down with it. Passes it off to Montehays. Montehays over to Benaventine. Over to Craigwell with nobody around. And it's good!
Craigwell is a three-level scorer. See behind the arc, drilling that three. She's been fantastic, almost unstoppable to start this game, Vincent.
Brittany Graff passes it off to Mercedes. A little under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter, and that one's good. Kean retakes the lead.
Graff with her second 3 of the game. Actually leads the team in assists, but showing off the 3-ball early.
Cregwell goes down to, excuse me, Montehays off the mark there, but nobody to grab the board except for Cregwell.
Great second chance opportunity by Cregwell there, able to secure the rebound and get the easy layup. I mean, she's been fantastic.
Brittany Graff guarded by Hughes. Wow. Edwards drives down, but a nice rebound there. Benaventine with the steal, driving with nobody around, and it's good.
Look at the speed from Benaventine in transition, able to get the tough layup. I mean, Benaventine, such a polished player, and you're seeing the impact she has on this Redhawks team.
1 minute left here in the first quarter. Redhawks lead 22-19. Outside is Smith. Over to Mercedes. Smith outside. Benaventine denies the pass.
Can't even tell you how many deflections Benaventine has had on the defensive end in this game. Just, it makes a difference. It messes with the rhythm of the Cougars offense, and she's been fantastic on both ends.
It'll remain Cougars ball. 6 left on the shot clock.
22-19, Montclair up with about 41 seconds left in this first quarter.
Pass off there, over to Edwards. Edwards, 3, 2, and that's gonna be a shot clock violation. Redhawks get the ball back with some fabulous defense.
Great defensive stand there from Montclair State, able to cause a turnover on the shot clock violation. But Montclair State, I mean, to start this game, terrific offense. Defense has been pretty solid, but that was one of the better defensive stands that they've had so far in this game.
Benaventine, about 3 seconds, separate game clock from shot clock. Cregwell with nobody around. Some nice bucket there, and it's going to be a 3-point play.
Alyssa Cregwell cannot be stopped in this first quarter. I mean, she has been just tremendous in the past couple weeks for this Montclair State team, and we really see a star blossoming in front of our eyes. I can't speak today, Vincent.
Well, that was only her second missed shot. And she's actually going to go up for another one. I think there was a violation. One shot here. Already with 12 points today. She's been incredible. The shot off the front iron there. So no good. 17 seconds left on the clock. Good defense by Benaventine. She's going to pass it off to Hughes. Hughes is over to Castro, and it's good. 26-19.
Great extra pass by Hughes there, leading to that basket from Castro.
Final second floater there.
Don't want to foul in that situation. Sorry to cut you off, but you don't want to foul.
Say the same thing.
That's a tough shot, floater on the run in transition, and you give Mercedes 2 free throws on the line. I mean, not a good foul in transition to end the first quarter.
No. You just let that one go, especially with 0.7 left on the clock. She makes the first one. Trying to make the Redhawks pay here. Their late first quarter incident. Second shot is good too. 0.7 left on the clock. And they're gonna get a shot off here. Off. But the Redhawks lead 26-21 after the first quarter. And it has been the Alyssa Cregwell show. 14 points for her, 3 rebounds. She's been incredible in her 7 minutes on the court. I mean, Tim, what can you say about these two teams after that first quarter?
It was a really back and forth game in the first quarter. I thought Kean came in with a great game strategy. I think they executed on a lot of different things. There was 7 lead changes in that first quarter, Vincent, between both teams. But Montclair State, I think the biggest thing for them was points off turnovers. They had 11 points off turnovers compared to Kean's 2, and just their speed in transition is so hard to guard. But you can't say enough about Cregwell. She has been fantastic throughout this season and in this game. I mean, she's pure dominance, and Kean needs to figure out how to stop her if they want to stay in this game. But another thing that also stood out for me on the Cougar side was their ability to shoot the basketball. They shot the ball really well from behind the arc, and they showcase their ability of hitting tough shots. So it's really kept them in this game.
And how do you transition that first quarter magic that we saw into this second quarter? I feel like the Redhawks are very good at finding groove in their second quarters. How do you see Mandy King finding a way to get around the great defense of Olivia Vero down low?
That's a tough question. I mean, you're right. I mean, Montclair State has played really good defense underneath, but I think a lot of the guards on Kean have done a good job of facilitating and giving their bigs an opportunity to score underneath.
Amanda Castro is going to inbound the ball over to Sophie Beneventine. Vero over to Strollo. Strollo looking for a lane, finds Castro down low. Castro takes it out, and Isabella Orlando on the court for her first time. Vero driving in, and she gets the friendly roll.
Great move there by Vero, able to drive towards the basket and get the easy layup. It's a good sight for Montclair State to have her score.
Brittany Graff with the ball. Over to Mercedes. Trying to find a way around. Edwards. Mercedes down low and gets another friendly roll there.
Great job by Mercedes getting the mid-range bucket there. Good positioning underneath, able to create a better shot opportunity for herself.
Strollo over to Vero. Amanda Castro outside. The pass off here. Down low. Vero guarded by Vaughn. The shot up. Vaughn's going to come down with it. No foul call.
Yeah, a lot of contact on that one, Vincent. I was just about to say that.
Amanda Castro with it. Going to take it up herself. Nobody around from coast to coast. Off the mark there.
Good effort from Castro, able to get around her defender, just couldn't finish the layup underneath.
Mercedes. Another three-pointer. It's going to be called a travel.
Little over antsy on the steps there from Graff, but another decent look from behind the arc. Montclair State has to make sure that they get a hand up on Kean's shooters.
Marcotte is going to come in for Amanda Castro now. And inbounding the ball is going to be Isabella Orlando. Orlando, a big three-point shooter we saw last year, has seen a little bit decrease in minutes, but has still seen some awesome time. Beneventine down low, and she's going to go to the charity mark for two.
Great move by Beneventine there, able to draw the contact underneath, and she's another woman on this team who can score in different ways, Vincent.
Such an electric player.
28-23, Montclair State up 5 with about 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
Beneventine's first shot. Off the mark there. Second shot. Off the mark again. She's so far seen 4 points, 2 for 2 from the field. And of course, 3 assists. We always knew that that's where she's going to shine the most. Graff down low over to Vaughn. Vaughn passes it out. Mercedes in the corner. Off the mark there. And it's going to be last touch by Madison Vaughn.
Good fight for the ball underneath between Vero and Vaughn. 2 great players and 2 elite rebounders.
Beneventine at the logo. Over to Vero. Beneventine down low, off the mark there. And that's going to be Kean ball. Foul on number 21 there. That's going to be Isabella Orlando. Her first on the night.
Yeah, it looks like Orlando drawed a little too much contact underneath the basket there.
The options here. Kean looking around. Vaughn outside. Gonna pass it off to Edwards. Edwards over to Vaughn, guarded by Beneventine. And she's gonna get the charging foul.
Correct call. I mean, Vaughn is strong, but she lowered the shoulder on that one, and that's why Beneventine was able to get the charge call.
Beneventine's gonna come sit out now. Coming in is gonna be Alexis Strollo. Craigwell also back on. See some more time from Alyssa Cregwell. Alexis Strollo with it outside. Cregwell. And it's going to be a foul, and I believe that's going to be Maya Edwards, the junior. Her first foul. And Mandy King has some words for that one, too. Marcotte outside, guarded closely by Graff at the logo. Coming in is Cregwell and stripped away. Graff driving in. It's good. And she's going to go up for an and one.
My goodness, what a play by Graff there. Able to get the steal and then get the bucket in transition, and she has a chance to capitalize on the old-fashioned three-point play. What a play by Graff there. She currently has 8 points in this game now, has a chance to make it 9 from the stripe.
And she has been absolutely wonderful for this team so far. Last year, she was an all-NJAC second team. So far this year, she's scored double digits in her last 3 of 4 games. Orlando from the corner off the mark, but Beneventine comes down with it, passes it off to Strollo.
Yeah, correct call underneath. The feet were moving, able to get the bump in the foul call. I actually think the refs have done a phenomenal job today, Vincent. I know they don't usually they don't usually get credit like that, but I mean most of the calls that they've made, maybe all of them have been correct from my vantage point.
And although Graff was not on our players to watch today, maybe she should have. Last year, she scored 33 points in the first matchup against Montclair.
My goodness.
Insanity.
Yeah, and you know she's been fantastic throughout the season for this Kean team. Obviously, maybe not the record they want throughout the season, but she's been fantastic. She also, coming into this game, led the team in assists with 53, Vincent.
That's insane. To do it from outside and in the arc.
But you see her dribbling ability. She could shoot from behind the arc. She has some physicality as well underneath the basket, so she's a very good player for this team.
The second shot from Strollo off the mark, but she gets the first one. She's up to 3 points so far on the day. Edwards. Pass off to McCoy. Over to Graff. Graff back to McCoy. Outside, looking for a lane to get down. The pass off here to Smith. Guarded closely in the corner. And it's going to be Cougars' ball. 29-26 here in the second quarter. And it's been a close one all game. The largest lead we've seen is 7 points, and that's been narrowed down to 3 here. Smith, Graff in the corner.
Travel.
And they're going to call her for a travel. Graff was not happy about that one. That could have tied the game.
But you don't want to give Graff those looks if you're Montclair State. She's very capable of hitting those, as she showcased. She even drilled that one, even though it was called a travel. But, yeah, Montclair State's got to get a hand up on the shooters, Vincent.
Beneventine looks over to Strollo. Strollo back to Beneventine. Out in the right corner. Down low. Off the mark there.
Great pass to Vera underneath. Not able to finish, though, but Montclair State with the right idea, getting it to Vero, and it was a very clean look underneath the basket.
Yeah, passing it down low, read the mismatch there, just wasn't able to work it through entirely. McCoy gonna pass it off to Edwards here. Back to McCoy, in the back. The full court press is in effect now, and Beneventine comes away with it. Shannon Hughes down low, and she's on the board.
My goodness, Beneventine puts on a display, passing the basketball, able to throw it ahead to Shannon Hughes for the easy layup in transition.
Beneventine looking like my grandma, the way she's threading the needle. 31-26, 5:30 left in the second quarter. Cregwell denies another pass. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Mercedes, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. No shot on that one, as Smith shot it after the buzzer.
Great defensive stand from Montclair State once again, And I keep saying this, Vincent, but the active hand, you see Craigwell get a deflection that time. I mean, just causing a little chaos and disrupting the rhythm of Kean's offense.
It's been a fun game for these Redhawks so far. Benaventine over to Craigwell. Craigwell over to Strollo in the corner. Working outside the mark. Benaventine down low. Off the backboard there, nothing to show for it.
Benaventine trying to show off the bag a little bit, just not able to connect on that midi, but 31-26, 5 minutes remain in this second quarter. Kean staying alive on Montclair State.
Strollo passes it outside to Benaventine. And Hughes with the pick. Coming away with it is Kean. And Graff with it, driving down low. Benaventine denied! And then the nice pass by Strollo over to Craigwell, down low. With contact, doesn't matter. Craigwell with the bucket. Her 16th point already.
Craigwell is unstoppable going towards the basket. Another layup. I mean, just the dribble drive capability of Craigwell cannot be understated.
She has been incredible. Didn't even look up what her career high has been so far this season.
I think it's high. I think it was 22 maybe?
25 against Shenandoah in the loss. As we said before, I mean, she has now completed. She has not had a game in 2025 and in the last month of 2024 where she had under 10 points.
It's incredible.
Insane.
And 10 seems like nothing to her what she's scoring now.
No. Marcotte outside, driving down low is Craigwell. Off the mark there. Coming away with it though is Vero. Deflected pass, Marcotte fighting for it, and she's gonna trip. It's gonna be Kean ball. Kean still playing close though, just a 6-point lead. Feels like more at times though. Edwards driving down low, nobody around, doesn't take the shot because Craigwell's there.
Yeah, she also kind of lost the ball in transition there.
The two-headed monster is back on the court with Sophie Benaventine and Alyssa Craigwell. Benaventine, 4 points so far today. 2 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, or 2 steals, and a block to her name. She's been incredible as well. The first shot from McCoy is off the mark. Trying to narrow down the lead. Her second shot is good. A little over 4 minutes left here in the first half. Pass down low, taken away by McCoy, and it's gonna stay Kean ball. Coming over now to take it is Erica Mercedes. Pass off to Graff. Graff guarded closely by Marcotte at the logo. Now guarded by Craigwell. In the corner, down low, the shot up, in traffic, still able to get by is McCoy.
Only a 3-point game right now, Vincent. I mean, Kean doing a great job defensively, kind of slowing down Montclair State's rhythm.
Craigwell, Benaventine from outside the arc. Nothing there, go. Graff comes down with the rebound. Guarded closely by Marcotte. McCoy. Outside here. Driving in. And it's going to be Montclair State ball. 3-point game, 3 minutes left here in the first half. And it has been back and forth basketball here at the Panzer Athletic Center, all live on the Red Hawk Sports Network. Beneventine over to Hughes. Hughes over to Marcotte. Trying to look for Craigwell. Down low. Hughes off the front iron there. Graff with the fake pass, but still off the mark on the layup. Hughes. Travel by Hughes.
My goodness, back and forth game right now, Vincent, we have. I mean, this is great basketball. Both teams competing at a high level. Hughes called in the travel on that one, but, I mean, both teams about evenly matched throughout this game.
9 points for Graff and McCoy. The pass off here. In the corner is Edwards. Nothing there, and Strollo's going to come down with the rebound.
Had a chance to tie it on that three, but missed everything.
Beneventine down low, over to Hughes. Craigwell outside. Marcotte. Craigwell from deep. She nails it!
That's a big time hit from Craigwell. I mean, she's had great buckets today, but also clutch buckets. 6-point lead for the Redhawks right now with 2 minutes before the half. But, I mean, Craigwell just doing everything she wants right now on the court.
Oh, my goodness. Now her 19th point of the game. Folks, we're still here in the first half. She has 19 of the 36 points for this Redhawks team.
Like we talked about before, Vincent, 3-level scorer. She's showcasing the ability to shoot behind the arc. She can shoot in transition. She can get to the basket, dribble, drive, penetration. She can do it all, Vincent. I mean, she's been fantastic throughout this game. And really, honestly, Montclair State has played a little bit of a sloppy first half. It hasn't been one of their cleaner first halves that we've seen throughout their winning streak, but Craigwell has kept them in this game.
And how do you really see that transitioning as we see that shot by Craigwell? Nothing but net there. So smooth with it.
And no hesitation either, just the confidence to pull it right away and drill it. And, you really can't say enough about the way she's played in this first half, Vincent.
And you got to give her so much credit. She does it with what looks like no, outside pressure coming on her.
She plays the game with ease, Vincent. She plays the game with ease. She always looks poised. She always looks confident. And I think that comes with, preparation and just kind of the knowingness that she has the ability to score in all different kinds of ways.
Well, she extended the lead back to 6 as a minute 40 is left on the clock here in the first half. It's going to be a foul on Strollo, her first of the day.
It's going to be really interesting to see how these two teams finish the half. I mean, it's very important bringing that momentum going into the second half a lot of times in these games.
Edwards is put at the line. Her first free throws of today. Her shot is good. Brings the lead back to 5, trying to bring it to 4. It's right there. Maya Edwards, second shot. And that one's good. 2 good shots from her. Edwards had 23 points in their last game against Rutgers Camden. She has scored double digits in the last 3 games. 6 times all season. Castro in the corner, Graff pokes that away. And it's going to be Kean ball. Graff is happy about that one.
I like the intensity that Graff plays the game with. And that one, getting the deflection, able to get the turnover. And you can tell how excited the Cougar bench was after that one.
Graff with some time here. 4-point lead for the Redhawks. Getting around, Craigwell reads the pass. It'll stay Kean ball, though.
Great vision from Craigwell there, able to recover, try to poke that one away. She's done a fantastic job of that throughout this game.
Pass off to Graff. Looking around. McCoy. Over to Mercedes, back to Graff, guarded closely by Hughes. 8-7. Left on the shot clock, the shot goes up. Bouncing around, and Edwards finds the bottom of the net. 8 points for her. 1 minute left on the clock. Beneventine finds the open lane.
Just a great move by Benaventine, able to finish with the left. It looks like she was gliding out there, able to get to the basket in a hurry.
Edwards moving around Treadwell and finds the back of the net again.
Back and forth, back and forth. Edwards has hit some really tough baskets throughout this game.
2-point game, and that one's taken away. It's going to be Kean ball, 33 seconds left. 2-point game, 38-36.
You see the emotion from the coaching staff, Vincent. I mean, this game means a lot to this Cougar team.
Trying to get back to the 500 mark. Graf passes this one off to Mercedes. Down low, and we are tied once again at 38.
Great move by Mercedes there. I mean, a lot of different Kean players have been stepping up in this game, in this matchup.
Benaventine, 13 seconds left on the shot on the clock, and it's going to be a travel on Castro. And now with a chance to take the lead is Kean.
Again with the correct call on that one, a travel on Castro. I said it before, Vincent, these refs have done a fantastic job throughout this game. They don't usually get enough credit. I mean, I think they've been almost 100% accurate on a lot of these calls.
Ball coming our way.
It's 38-38, 10 seconds remaining. And, you know, the way this game started, back and forth, we expected this, but then Montclair State started to pull away.
It's going to be Kean ball. They reversed the call. Benaventine not happy about that one.
Yeah, you see the call reversal there. I mean, that's a big call. Tie game, only 10 seconds remaining before this half ends.
Finger roll.
Benaventine wants a review on that one.
He may be going to the review. Montclair State has a review camera here at the Panzer Athletic Center.
Yes,
it's actually
they do.
right above us. Oh, you can see my hand. It's back there, as you can see. Yeah, the camera's back there. My hand goes down.
But what I was saying before, Vincent, was the way this game started, we expected it to be close going into the half, but Montclair State looked like they were starting to pull away a little bit, but it was a really good response from the Cougars, able to come back in this game.
And they are going to go to the review here over on the far side. Mandy King bringing back her team, the same. Coach is going to bring it over. Some words here. Some conversations being had right in front of us. Nice interactive environment here.
Hey, sports is meant to be competitive, man. Back and forth, little talk. Some people see things a little differently. But I wonder if, Vincent, you probably know better than I do. I don't know if it's like the same way that the NBA works, where it's like under 2 minutes you get the review. If it's a close call, is that how it works at the college level as well?
Well, first of all, I think it's extremely nice that you think that I know something more than you. I do not. I don't really know the rules of it. We'd have to go to our own Matt DeLuca to talk to him about.
He's the expert. He's the true expert.
He definitely is the expert.
My bad, Matt. We'll go. We next time we'll make sure to go to Matt with that question. Sorry, Vincent, I gave you more credit than maybe you deserved.
Yeah, I think you did. And it's going to be a double dribble. The Redhawks will take back the ball. 6 seconds left on the clock.
After all that, Kean gets the ball after the review, and then they turn it right over on the double dribble.
6 seconds on the clock. Benaventine with the ball. Outside, reading her room. And it's going to be a travel on her. 0.8 left on the clock. Kean takes the ball over.
My goodness, how many turnovers have we seen in this second quarter?
I mean, we've seen a great basketball game, but I think we have seen our fair share of turnovers.
It's been very sloppy past couple minutes from both teams.
They're just going to dribble out the clock. No shot comes off. We'll be going to the half at a 38-38 tie. Wow, what at one point was a 7-point lead for the Redhawks, and the last time Kean saw a lead was back at the end of the first quarter with a 19-18 lead.
Yeah, what a game we've seen, Vincent. I mean, back and forth, back and forth. Both teams doing things wrong, teams doing some things right. I mean, we've seen some sloppy play, especially in the second quarter, a lot of turnovers in this game, but both teams doing a good job offensively for the most part. There's a lot of different women that have stepped up on both teams, but I mean, if Montclair State didn't have that strong play from Craigwell, correct me if I'm wrong, I think she had 19 in that first half.
Yes.
Half of Montclair State's points. I don't know where they would be. Kean may be up by 10 at this point. It's kind of been a difference maker.
She has been absolutely insane. She's shooting 8 for 10 from the field, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc, and a shot from the charity mark. 3 rebounds to her name as well. She has been incredible. Now it's just to see, hey, how does Mandy King and the Kean Cougars turn this around, and how do they really facilitate or isolate her entirely? Because you know that the Redhawks are going to keep going to her unless they switch things up. I mean, Tim, do you see the Redhawks switching things up, or do you see them still going to Craigwell?
I find it hard to go away from Craigwell. I mean, honestly, Craigwell's just been efficient, Vincent. It's not like they're force-feeding her at any point. She's just scoring when she gets an opportunity. I think that if Montclair State can just cut out the turnovers offensively and continue that strong play defensively, they're going to be in a good position. But Kean did a very good job of scoring in that first half. We saw different women step up. We saw Mercedes. We saw Edwards. We saw Graff. There was a lot of different women who contributed in the first half for the Cougars.
And on the other side, it's been Maya Edwards who has led the team in scoring so far with her 10 points. And we haven't even seen the 3-ball from her. She shoots at exactly 33% from beyond the arc, 15 for 45 on the season. She's only pulled up 1 shot. Do you think we start to see that in the second half a little bit more? Bringing back that 3-ball that they had in the first quarter.
I honestly think that the key to success for Kean in that first half, Vincent, was their ball movement. There was not really, even though Edwards led the team in scoring, there was a lot of different women that stepped up. Graff was, like I said, Graff was right there with her. We saw Vaughn early on in the game. So different women contributed in different ways. There was nobody forcing shots. They just did a good job of trusting their teammates and getting the open looks.
Awesome. Well, 38-38 here at the Panzer Athletic Center in an electric NJAC battle between the Kean Cougars and the Montclair State Redhawks. I'm Vincent McCone, and he's Tim Glassdoll. Don't go anywhere, folks, because we got second half action coming at you in about 10 minutes. But for right now, we're going to take a quick little break, and we will see you guys soon. Welcome back, everyone, to the Red Hawk Sports Network. Getting some a little jamming out here. The band has been incredible, and almost as incredible as the game on the court. It's been fabulous. 38-38. Welcome back to the Red Hawk Sports Network. I'm Vince McCartan. I'm joined by the always spectacular Tim Glastel. Tim, I mean, we saw one great half of basketball. Are you ready for hopefully another just as great half?
I'm very excited. I mean, as we mentioned in the first half, it was back and forth all game. Currently even at 38, but I mean, just a great job by Kean early on just to stay in the game. Even when they were down, they ended up coming back. And, you know, we had a little bit of a sloppy second quarter, Vincent, but I think we're going to be in for a good third quarter. Both teams are trying to come out in the half and make a difference. A big thing to watch, especially from the first half, was Kean had 13 turnovers, Montclair State 11. That's a lot on both sides. Montclair State was originally capitalizing off those points off turnovers, but they only had 2 points in the second quarter off turnovers. So it's interesting to kind of see that, but both sides trying to find a rhythm offensively. A little sloppy play, a lot of turnovers, like I just said, but on Kean's side, a lot of different women stepped up, and then on Montclair State's side, it was mostly Craigwell that did a lot of the damage on the offensive end. So the Red Hawks are going to be looking towards her again, but also for other women to step up as well.
Yeah, I mean, looking at some supporting characters that we saw from this Red Hawks team, Benaventine has been incredible. I mean, she hasn't really been a supporting character. She's been the second head on the insane monster that has taken this team to new heights this year as we get started here in the third quarter. And quickly, this will remain Kean's ball, but a wide pass, a high wide pass. Getting started. Brittany Graff was insane in that first half. 3 from 5 from the field, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. And Marcotte's going to take it away. Benaventine guarded by Edwards. She'll put it up, and she lays it in for the first points of the second half. 40-38, Montclair State leads.
Benaventine so quick in transition. Once she gets a step, it's very hard to get in front of her, and she gets the layup.
Graff. Down low, Graff looked to have an open lane, but Craigwell denies it entirely.
Craigwell has been so good in this game on both ends, and I mean, it's just hard to score when you got that length underneath the basket.
Graff outside. The pick from Vaughn, passing it over. Craigwell, it's not as much a mismatch there. Marcotte going to inbound the ball to Benaventine. Now, Tim, what have you really seen that you think Montclair can work on here in this second half?
I think, like I mentioned before going into this half, it was a little sloppy in the second quarter with the turnovers, but, you know, Craigwell has been a focal point of their offense, but they need other women to step up and score as well, you know, and also, I mean, the free throw shooting was very poor in the first half from Montclair State, so if they get to the line, they need to capitalize that. They need to capitalize on that as well.
Driving down is Mercedes. Pass out to Edwards. Edwards is 3 off the mark there. Craigwell comes down with it. Passes it off to Benaventine. Looking over to Marcotte. Marcotte down low, guarded by Graff. The pass off, but it's deflected and taken away by Mercedes. Graff. Kean dealing with some injuries and have really not been using their bench. Taken away, Vaughn blocked at the rim. The deep pass to Strollo, guarded by 2, off the mark. The pickup by Benaventine, and the put back. 42-38, timeout here, Kean Cougars.
Great start to the half for Montclair State. You just see the energy is a little different from them. And a great second chance point once again from Benaventine. Montclair State has done a really good job on the glass so far in this game. On Kean's side, Vaughn had 2 opportunities underneath the basket, was blocked in the second one by Vero. But, I mean, you know, you said this going into this game, Vaughn, very pivotal piece of this Kean Cougars roster. You could argue she's the best player on this team, and Montclair State has made it a point of emphasis to slow her down.
Yeah, we have not seen very much production from her today. Not even on the defensive side. I mean, she only has 1 rebound to her name and 4 points. And we are used to seeing someone that averaging around the 8 rebound mark and is blocking at an insane rate. Montclair, I mean, they've been shooting it, but they've been driving it down low, and they've been able to get around Vaughn a lot. And I think that's a huge success that they've seen today.
100% agree with you, Vincent.
Graf with the ball. 8 minutes left here in the third quarter. Mercedes outside. 42-38. Redhawks lead here at the Panzer Athletic Center. Graf with it outside at the logo. Guarded by Isabella Orlando. Now guarded by Vero. Driving down. Benaventine's going to take this one. And just going to take it up. Over to Strollo. Strollo nails it!
What a hit by Strollo, and you just see the confidence to let it go right away. She knew it was going in right when she released it, and that's a big-time hit.
7-point lead is tied for their largest so far tonight. Graf outside, over to Vaughn. Vaughn passes it over to Edwards. Down low. McCoy is going to go to the charity mark for 2.
It's a great move by McCoy underneath the basket, Vincent, able to draw the contact, and she's been very efficient as well in this game. Not many shot opportunities, but when she's been called upon, she's done what she's needed to do.
9 points for her so far today. Last game out. Had 4. Prior to last game, had a 4-game steal streak. And last game out, she had 9 points and 11 rebounds. She's already tied the mark in points today. Kean still looking for their first points on the day. Benaventine outside goes down to Craigwell. Craigwell fouled. Down low. Wow. She'll go to the line for 2. Coming in now is Smith. Coming out is Vaughn. And there's going to be a technical foul on Madison Vaughn, it looks. First shot is good from Craigwell. She's now up to 20 points. Her second one is good as well. Now taking the technical free throw is going to be Alexis Strollo. She's got 6 points already today. Trying to add it, and she will.
These are big free throws that Montclair State is hitting right now. I mean, a 10-point lead. It's tied going into this half, Vincent.
This is the biggest lead we've seen so far today. Making an 11-point lead. The Redhawks have come out exploding. So far, 11 points. Yeah, I mean, Tim, you bring up a good point. You got to remember, this was a tied ball game 3 minutes ago. Over to Benaventine. Benaventine outside. McCoy.
Kind of a lackadaisical pass by Benaventine. McCoy able to get the steal there.
Graf outside, over to Smith. Edwards guarded closely by Strollo. McCoy driving around Orlando. She's going to put it up, and she'll go to the line for 2. A lot of free throws so far in this second half. Two shots for McCoy here. Off the mark. Still looking for their first point of the half. Off the mark there. Strollo.
Kean still scoreless, Vincent, in the second half.
Tim, have you seen any changes from Kean so far that had put them in this rough position?
I mean, it's just been fantastic defense from Montclair State, and also the energy from the Red Hawks coming out in this second half has been different, just putting the pressure on offensively, and Kean hasn't been able to respond yet.
In the corner, who else but Brittany Graff to end the scoring drought?
She's a gamer. I mean, she hits big shots. That one was much needed for this Cougars team. They needed to see a ball get in the basket, and Graff able to capitalize on that one once again.
Strollo down low to Vero, and she'll go to the line for 2.
That's great positioning underneath by Vero, able to use her body well and draw the contact. And I think that's the correct call. That's a lot of contact underneath the basket.
Yes. Graff had some words, looking for advice on where the foul came from. And now Hughes is going to come in for Orlando. And Alyssa Cregwell is going to come out for Brianna Montes. First shot is good from Vero. 49-41. I apologize, 50-41. Second shot is good as well. Well, it looks like those free throw woes are out the door for the Red Hawks.
Yeah, I mean, that first half they struggled mightily, and I mean, definitely a point of emphasis coming out in the second half, and I'm sure Coach Harvey wasn't happy with that, knowing her, and she got them ready for the second half, and they've been able to drill the shots they've needed to drill.
51-41. Pass off, guarded closely by Benaventine. McCoy recovers the 3-point off the mark. Hughes comes down with it. Benaventine down low, and that's going to be a foul. It's going to be a pushing foul on Kara McCoy, her second. She's going to be taken out here. Benaventine. Deep pass. Looking for a pick. Strollo from deep. She nails it!
My goodness. Strollo with 2 major threes in this second half. My goodness.
You can call her an Excel spreadsheet because she's got range.
Oh my goodness, what a hit by Strollo. I mean, again, the confidence just lets it go from deep.
Graff down low, and she's going to be fouled.
And Vincent, I got to give you credit. Going into this game, you said this. You said Strollo was playing great basketball the past month. And boy, has she really stepped up in this game, especially in the second half with those 2 big threes. I mean, just right away, ready to go. And, I mean, increasing the lead to 13 now for the Red Hawks.
It's been absolutely incredible. She's really been owning her role of starting point guard for this team. 11 points so far on the day, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. 2 rebounds and an assist to her name.
She's got that Steph Curry package, point guard that could shoot the 3-ball.
Edwards puts it up and gets a nice roll on that one. 11-point lead.
Great move by Edwards once again, and Benaventine misses the chippy.
Ooh. He's not happy about that one.
Wide open layup opportunity underneath. You never see Benaventine miss those, but
Graff passes it over to Edwards. Edwards trying to drive around Montehez, and she'll go to the line for 2 here.
Yeah, correct call once again. It looks like Montehez didn't keep her hands up, gave a little contact to Edwards on that shot opportunity. And Edwards has had a really good game, Vincent. You mentioned it going into this half. She scores in a lot of different ways, and she's very physical. She can score underneath. She has good footwork.
What I really thought was going to be the Madison Vaughn game for these Kean Cougars has turned into the Brittany Graff and Maya Edwards show.
Well, yeah, Vaughn has 4 personal fouls right now, Vincent, and that's definitely something to watch. Still plenty of game left.
Yeah. Second shot is good. A 9-point lead now. Hot. Closely guarded by Mercedes. Pass off. Strollo over to Hughes. Hughes is three. It's good.
Shooter. Good hit by Hughes there. I mean, Montclair State has a lot of different women that can hit the three ball, Vincent.
And you really love to see when they do pull it out of their bag because they're not a team that lives and dies by it.
No, they don't. I would argue that our men's team does that a little bit more, but
yes,
with the women's team, they have the capability of shooting the three ball and not forcing it. I think that they do a good job of getting open looks. And when you have women like Benaventine who can pass the ball, especially around the perimeter, that's when you get those good looks. I mean, Strollo, as pure as you can get on those 2 threes in this second half, and you see Hughes, who, has always been a great shooter in this program, drilling that one.
First shot is off the front iron.
See the contact on that replay from Craigwell underneath.
Benaventine.
57-45, 3 minutes and 30 seconds remain in this third quarter.
And Craigwell goes up with it. Ooh! Everybody's going to fall down for a second. Benaventine, slow to get up, but with some teammates around her, she'll be okay.
And that's what I was mentioning in the first half, Vincent. The shot selection sometimes from Craigwell is not the best. She's a freshman. It's totally understandable. I mean, listen, again, she could score in all different ways, and she has the capability of hitting those shots. But in that one, a transition layup with a woman guarding you closely, and you have a tough angle, that's a shot you want to maybe kick out, right?
I entirely agree with you. But you want to know something that amazes me, because you're right, she doesn't always have the best shot selection. She leads the NJAC in field goal percentage.
It's incredible. No, she's a very efficient player.
Yes, she's awesome.
But again, she has the capability of hitting those tough shots. We've seen her hit them.
Exactly.
But next level, this is college basketball. Sometimes you just want to kick it out and maybe use a little bit more of the shot clock.
And what excites me so much is going to see, what can Craigwell do in years to come. She's only a freshman, which is so impressive. She drives here off the mark on that one.
And it's common for freshmen, especially that are used to scoring in bunches, maybe struggling with shot selection a little bit.
Graff driving in, the pass out to Mercedes. Over to Smith, back to Mercedes. Driving in here, off the mark. Orlando comes down with the rebound. 2:38 left on the clock. Pass all the way to the other side. Hughes with nobody around, in and out. 57-45, driving down and blocked from behind.
Great recovery by Mercedes. She got beat on the crossover, was able to get back underneath the basket and get the deflection. You got to give Kean credit, like I said, Vincent. I mean, coming into this game as an underdog, they've played really, really well. I mean, still down 12 at this point. There's still time to come back.
A lot of time, and the way that we've seen them score today, it's entirely possible. Craigwell misses that one. So far, the Red Hawks are scoreless in the last minute 30. Craigwell down low, nothing there. My goodness.
What a block on the other end by Benaventine. She remembered that block that Mercedes had on her. She wanted to make up for that. But either way, I mean, great basketball we've seen today at Panzer. Obviously, first game for the men and women out of the break, and it's great to be back in the booth with you, Vincent, but seeing good basketball right now.
Absolutely. Benaventine down low, off the mark there. Montehays with the ball, it's roll. She gets a nice friendly roll.
That's a strong move by Montehays there, able to keep the ball high up so it didn't get blocked and use the body, able to finish with the right hand.
Strollo guarding Graff. Graff down low, and she'll go to the line for two. Graff so far, 12 points. Has a chance to lower the lead to 12 again.
I mean, Graff is just relentless, Vincent. I mean, just consistently trying to get on the board and score, and she's really done a good job throughout this game for this Cougars team.
Nice shot there. She has the interesting shot selection, or shot motion, I should say. Kind of backs up on her shots.
Little unorthodox, but it looks pure when it leaves the hands.
Strollo. At the logo. And that's going to be a foul on Brooks and Ridge.
We've talked about how good Montclair State has been from the line in this second half.
Oh,
Broadcaster's curse.
What
I honestly,
was
you know what,
that?
before I said it,
That was insane.
Before I said it, Vincent, I was like, I shouldn't say it, but.
You saw the replay there. She makes the second one. We went silent for a second, and everything worked out.
Montclair State has a 13-point lead, which feels astronomical at this point, considering how close the game has been.
Held Kean to only 9 points so far in the quarter. This team continues. Beneventine, 10 points. Strollo, 10 points. Craigwell, we've said, 21 points for her. 6 assists for Beneventine. They found places to run with this all over. McCoy passes it off. Down low. And it is going to be a charging foul. It'll go the way of the Red Hawk. Put the ball down really quickly.
About a minute remaining in this third quarter. Montclair's up 60-47. And we've really seen them pull away in this third quarter, Vincent. I mean, going into this half, both teams looked pretty evenly matched, but the energy right away for the Redhawks was impressive, and it was kind of hard for Kean to overcome that scoring showcase from the Redhawks.
And Tim, what do you really think that halftime conversation looked like that, you know, really projected the Redhawks into such a great motion right now? I mean, they've held Kean to 9 points, 2 for 9 from the field. Themselves have scored 22 points, 6 for 16 in the quarter alone, and 3 for 4 from beyond the arc in the third quarter alone.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Harvey has been in this situation before. This is her 17th season, and you know, I'm sure she wasn't pleased with the way that Montclair State played in the first half. It was a little sloppy. I think that, you know, there were some things they needed to work on and talk about in the locker room, but they came out guns blazing. They did a fantastic job early, and like you said, just couldn't have played a better, more clean, solid third quarter than they have so far.
And it looks like Maya Edwards is going to come off here.
And the injury bug has really hurt Kean, Vincent.
Yeah, really has. They lost there without one of their other great starters today, and they haven't been with her since November. Once I find the name, I'll give it to you. Yes, Riley Hearns. Strollo taking the ball up here. 45 seconds left on the clock. Orlando outside, given some room. It's going to go the Cougars' way here. 13-point lead still for the Redhawks. Graff outside, the pass off to Leffler. Over to McCoy. McCoy driving down low, blocked by the rim on that one. 22 seconds left on the clock.
Good effort by McCoy there, getting to the basket. Euro step, tried to finish with the left hand, just couldn't get the footing underneath the basket at a tough angle.
Brittany Graff still trying to bring this team back. Strollo's going to go to the line for 2.
See Lindsey Ross check in for the Redhawks. So Craigwell will take a seat. Yeah, her first time in this game, the senior Lindsey Ross.
First shot is good from Strollo. She's now up to 12 on the day.
Lindsay and Alyssa are both from Secaucus.
Oh, very close to here. And bouncing around here. It's going to be a push, and it's going to be going Kean's way. 0.8 is the difference between the shot clock and game clock. Two shots the other way now. This time it'll be Kara McCoy. McCoy's already got 9 points in the day, hasn't scored since halftime.
McCoy, a good shooter, though.
She's been sent to the line a couple times so far today. Good shooter, but hasn't seen it from the line today. 2 for 8. Her first shot. Off the mark, it'll be 2 for 9.
Yeah, she struggled from the line. I mean, she showcased her shooting ability in that first half from the field, but from the line, it's been a struggle for her so far.
She'll make the second one, though. Yeah, so far on the season, it's been a very unorthodox game for her. Has about an 80% mark from the line.
Yeah, she has great
7
form.
seconds left. 5. Strollo. Castro from the corner, off the mark. We will go to the fourth quarter. Redhawks lead by 10, 61 to 51.
Really strong third quarter from the Redhawks, Vincent. I mean, coming out in the half, had a little bit of a rough second quarter, but they did a fantastic job of sharing the basketball, hitting deep threes. We saw Strollo hit 2 massive threes. Craigwell struggled a little bit in that third quarter, but the key was, Vincent, we talked about this, there needed to be other women that would step up, and they did in that third quarter. This is a deep roster, and they kind of showcased it in that third quarter. And it's not over for Kean. Obviously, kind of a tough situation. They may be without Edwards for the rest of the game. We're not sure about that yet, but I mean, it's just kind of tough when the injury bug hits you that hard. But you got to give them credit. They fought hard. We've had a really strong game from Graf as well, and the game's not over. Still plenty of time left.
Now, still 10 minutes left on the clock here. Both teams are going to enter the court, and it's been really the same story for Montclair. I mean, we did say they had a kind of a messy second quarter, but they looked like they rebounded, and they really did good in this third quarter until towards the end. I mean, 7 personal fouls in their last 2 quarters each. Not a pretty sight so far. 16 personal fouls, and you match that with 16 turnovers. But Strollo set. Going to inbound it over to Sophie Benaventine to get the fourth quarter started here in the Panzer Athletic Center. Benaventine over to Vero. Vero guarded by Vaughn. Vaughn's back in. So far, 4 personal fouls on her. Down low, Vero knows Vaughn can't defend that aggressively and puts it up with no hesitation.
Tough basket on the run there by Vero, and a great feed leading to that basket as well.
McCoy over to Mercedes. Down low to Vaughn. She'll score there.
Great move by Vaughn, and great footwork as well. That's what Kean has been missing underneath the basket. I mean, she's just a fantastic scorer.
Benaventine. Oh, Verta Vero. Very nice pass down low.
Great feed by Benaventine. I mean, just putting on a showcase right there. Drew the double, able to feed it and get the easy layup underneath.
The three-pointer no good from Graf. Her first miss from beyond the arc today. And now the nice shot from Lafleur.
I like the pronunciation on that.
Thank you. And the bucket!
My goodness.
Alyssa Craigwell!
What a take by Craigwell. I mean, Euro step and the contact, able to finish.
Arrow goes down. Some words coming from our right. The Kean side.
We'll see the
not
replay
happy about
here.
this. They're calling for a travel. I don't think so.
That's a pro move right there.
Yeah. That's like you've ever seen the picture of, ref, what are you doing? And it's like the last row of the stadium. Like, calling from there. Come on.
You see that move in the NBA a lot, kind of, you know, when you get that Euro step, you can leave your feet a little bit. And Craigwell's long. I mean, that might have been 2 steps. She's just, you know, gets to the basket in a hurry. But Montclair State has pushed this lead to 15, Vincent.
I think they're going to review this call. Maybe?
I think there may have been a foul away from the ball. It looked like Vero got hit in the eye, quite possibly.
Vero's not happy about it. Can't really read the lips from over here, but
Either way, ref's going to the monitor on that one.
it'll be our second time in the review session.
Listen, man.
Wow.
Taking full advantage of the replay system, I guess, Vincent.
Yeah. It's women's lacrosse player Jade Gorman over there with the referees. Maybe we can ask her later about the rules and regulations.
She
when
might
it
need a
comes to
post-game
review.
interview.
She might need a post-game interview. Doing a lot of hard work over there. See all eyes over there.
I mean, look, if you're a fan, you got a nice view right there. You can kind of see the replay as well. But either way, Montclair State, I mean, you have to give them credit for the way they responded in the second half. This is a very talented team. We've talked about this going into the game. I mean, from what was said about them preseason to what they've done now, you got to give this team credit. You got to give Coach Harvey credit. They're on their way possibly to going into 13-3 now and 7-2 in the conference. I mean, this was a team that was completely overlooked preseason.
Yes, and they have done a great job of battling back here. We saw, I will say, like, prior to NJAC games, the biggest worry that I had was the competition they're playing just wasn't up to the level that I thought they could be playing. But it has worked in their favor entirely. They have been no tech. It was a hit to the face, as we were just told by referees.
So common foul, I guess, on that one.
Yes. Craigwell is going to go to the line for a shot.
Shout out to the ref for giving the explanation on that one, too.
Yeah, I know, look. And now there's another conversation here. Oh, and we're going back one more time.
Looks like it's Kean possession now.
Graff. Guarded by Marcotte. Guarded closely by Marcotte.
Marcotte's a really good on-ball defender.
And Strollo takes this one away. The pass off to Marcotte. Dribbling around will go to Craigwell. Guarded by Smith. Over to Vero. She misses it, but grabs her own board, and she'll make her second chance opportunity.
See, and that's where we see Craigwell really start to develop that. She could have took that shot, but she made that extra pass underneath, and that's a fantastic play by the Redhawks once again.
Pass over the head of Smith and straight into the hands of Beneventine.
17-point lead. I mean, it's hard to believe, and after watching that first half, that Montclair State would pull away by this much.
By this much is insane. And it's all been in the second half. Pass over, Strollo. She's going to step on the line. It's going to be Kean's ball.
Kean still has about 7 minutes and 45 seconds to work with to try to draw a comeback in this game. But Montclair State still leads by 17.
McCoy outside. 7:30 left on the clock. 7:30 left in regulation here. Smith down low. Nobody home as McCoy didn't read the pass well.
Yeah, Smith tried to find McCoy underneath. She wanted her to cut towards the basket, but a little bit of miscommunication on that pass, and it leads to the turnover.
Well, the vibes have definitely changed on both coaching staffs, as it looks like at least Coach Harvey is all smiles over here. The good vibes are coming in. As for Kean, just trying to find a way to get a bucket.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have said it any better, Vincent. I mean, you know, we saw that first half back and forth. Kean came out. I just feel like, and I know I've mentioned this a couple times, but I just feel like the energy was different from the Redhawks in the second half. A lot of times in the first half, we saw the energy from Kean, and they looked like they were ready to play, right? It looked like it was they were up for the task, and then right away in the second half, Montclair State was like, we're going to respond in this way, and it was hard for them to get back.
And I don't know if they can get back now with 7:22 left on the clock.
Yeah, time definitely a factor now.
17-point game. This is the largest lead the Redhawks have had all day. And, I mean, Madison Vaughn, 5 fouls. Brianna Montes has 4, but besides that, Redhawks are kind of out of foul trouble. And now Vero's getting hot. She started off with 4 points, has worked her way now into double digits with 12. It's been a good game for these Redhawks all around. I mean, it really has been the Alyssa Craigwell show, but a lot of other contributors here that have done wonderful work today. One of them, of course, Alexis Strollo. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal to her name. She's going to keep the ball here. We've talked about Strollo. I mean, she's really worked into this veteran presence wonderfully. She's worked into the veteran presence very nicely. And Tim, I mean, now it feels like the Redhawks have really established themselves, and they continue to establish themselves as a threat in this NJAC. Right now in 3rd place, going up against Rowan. If Rowan wins today as well, they'll be tied for that 3rd place.
Yeah.
And they face up on Wednesday here at the Panzer Athletic Center. How big of a game do you think it is?
Oh, I mean,
for those 2 teams.
Huge for both teams. I mean, you know, obviously it's been very successful for them throughout the season, but that's a big-time matchup, and that's a big test for Montclair State too, right? Because they've been underrated. They've showcased that they can compete at a high level, but that's a real game right there. That's a big task, and that's a team that's also dominated the NJAC over the past couple of years as well.
Craigwell fouled down low.
See the replay here. A lot of contact. Hands were down from Smith. Going to get the foul call every time.
But yeah, it was not a shot.
They said it was on the floor.
Interesting. Craigwell goes up. Nothing there. Amanda Castro puts it back up. And that is going to be Redhawks ball still. Amanda Castro going to inbound it. Looking for somebody. Finds Vero. Vero's going to dribble it out. Calling for somebody. Going to go to Marcotte. Six seconds left on the shot clock.
Oh
my goodness. Ooh. Yikes. That's going to be LaFleur. He's fouled on that one. Marcotte going up for her first points of the game. Trying to.
Here, Marcotte starting for this Montclair State team now. I mean, 2 freshmen starting, Craigwell and Marcotte in this game. And, you know, Marcotte's really been fantastic throughout this season. She's earned her playing time, Vincent.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's done such a good job of, and it really hasn't shown in the numbers. And she gets her first points of the day.
I think a big thing that you mentioned, it doesn't show up in the numbers. She is a fantastic perimeter defender, Vincent.
Yes.
I mean, that is really her strong suit. You see it at all points. You see her guarding up here on Graf. I mean, she does a great job defensively.
Such a wonderful job. And she really sticks on them like honey.
Yeah.
Really good job.
I'll tell you what, your metaphors today, Vincent, have been very strong. Very strong. I'm very impressed.
I try my best. Well, you want to know what? I went into hibernation for a little bit. I said, I'm coming out. I'm bringing out the book. Amanda Castro outside. Going to go down to Vero. Vero. Graf is going to take this one away as the ball was bouncing down. Graf reading her options over to Smith, and it's going to be a travel call. And they're going the other way. Vero's happy about it.
Yeah, but head coach Mandy King is not.
Oh, she is not.
She thought it was a ball fake jab step.
Does not get the call here. Is now an 18-point lead. Redhawks' largest lead of the day.
You got to give both coaches, King and Harvey, credit in this game. You know, you just see how much basketball means to them.
Vero goes down low, misses it, gets her own rebound.
Shooter. Ooh. Good look from Orlando, though.
I got to say, I want to know how many of her own rebounds has she got tonight?
Vero?
Olivia Vero.
That's a very interesting stat. We're going to have to we got to pull that one up because that is a good point. She does that frequently, though.
Yes.
She's a second chance machine.
Graf outside, goes down low to Smith. Reads the mismatch on Castro, and she's going to go to the line for 2. 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Going back to the line now.
But that really has been the name of the game for Vero this year. Obviously, we mentioned big expectations for her going into this season, but you know, she has the capability of getting a lot of rebounds, also scoring in bunches, but second chance points. Montclair State has done a great job in this game.
Wonderful job.
Second chance points. Montclair State 14 to Kean's 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
2. That's an insane number. Did not think it was going to be that far-fetched. Pass back here. Marcotte at the logo. Hughes. Back to Marcotte at the logo. Graf guarding closely. Over to Craigwell. Craigwell driving down low. Off the back iron. And nothing there to show for it. The other thing to remember is, I mean, Kean has had 2 points off the bench. You got to imagine that this starting 5 is tired at this point.
Right. Yeah. I that's a very good point, Vince. I didn't even think about that. I mean, and you see how deep this Montclair State roster is. They're moving women in and out. But, yeah, Kean, we've seen a lot of familiar faces on the floor for a big bunch of this game. And now you don't have Edwards either, so.
Yeah. I mean, like, as you said, I mean, Craigwell in and out every 5 minutes, just trying to get a quick breather, doesn't want any fatigue to set in. Same thing with Olivia Vera and Sophie Benaventine. In and out, in and out, in and out. And that really keeps Kean on their toes of how we're going to defend, what we're going to do here. Kean hasn't had that luxury today, and they haven't had that luxury for a majority of the season due to injuries. Down low is McCoy, and swatted away by Benaventine! Wow! Vicious over to Hughes, the 3. Off the mark. I think Benaventine was even shocked by that block.
She's had a lot of big-time blocks in this game, Vincent.
And not a player that you'd imagine getting all these blocks.
She gets off the floor, and she times it right. See on the replay there, my goodness. Big-time block on McCoy.
And that's her 3rd on the day.
And they've been 3 massive blocks. They've been emphatic.
Put an exclamation point at the end of those songs. Back over to LaFleur. Over to Graf. Under 4 minutes left on the clock. Passing it off. McCoy. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Going through defense. No foul called. Benaventine. Over to Hughes. Hughes from the corner off the mark. But coming down
what a
with
rebound.
Orlando. Wow.
My goodness, Orlando Odell'd that one. Woo. Grabbed it with one hand and
had to control it with one hand too.
Yeah. Impressive rebound by Orlando there. It looks like a jump ball was called after that play as well. So stay with Montclair State. They have possession. But Orlando with a great effort underneath the basket. Talk about those offensive rebounds and second chance points has really hurt Kean tonight, Vincent.
Vero down low. Back to Hughes. Over to Benaventine.
See how well the ball is moving right now, too, for the Red Hawks. They trust each other.
Oh, it is fabulous. Well, that is going to be a travel down low. Craigwell looks emotionless about the call. I think that would be a good way to explain that. Graf over to LaFleur, over to Mercedes. Wow. A push off here.
See the confidence that the Red Hawks are playing with too right now. I mean, just energy is there. They're having fun with it almost. There's a little bit of like I said, confidence and fun with it. But they know who they are. They're playing with identity right now, and it's really been showcased throughout these 4 and now 5-game winning streak.
Yeah, and they've been on a 6-game winning streak in the NJAC as a nice reverse lay by Vero. She's pumped about it. Her 14th point on the day.
This is a scary 5 on the court right now for the Red Hawks. I mean, they got length. They got women that can score.
Oh, I thought she got her 4th block on the day. Not so lucky. Really quickly, I'm interested to know on Sophie Benaventine, what's her so far Montclair high in blocks? Oh, she ties her high in blocks with 3, which she did against Shenandoah on the 30th. Her 2025 career high. That shot's off the mark. 18-point lead here. Graf, second free throw is good. She's got 15.
Yeah, her 15th. She's had a solid game here.
Long
what a pass.
Over. Wow. Now it's going to stay with the Red Hawks.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left in this game. Montclair State is up 17 on the Cougars.
And you want to know, Tim, you said it pregame. I mean, this team has done the exact same thing as they've been doing in this winning streak. And I was just about to drink myself there as LaFleur. Marcotte is not happy about that one.
Looked like a solid recovery by Marcotte there. She gave up the ball, but was able to recover in transition, but was called for the foul. And LaFleur, coming off the bench today, the sophomore guard, has done a fantastic job for this Kean team. She may be earning herself some minutes.
Yeah, last game out, she had 6 points, 2 offensive boards, and 3 steals to her name. A little less time today, but gets her first shot here. Now her 3rd point. And the second one is good. But what I was trying to say before the turnover there is they've done a great job with passing the ball, which, I mean, say that at just a little bit of the wrong time, but they have done a fabulous job of moving the ball around, like you said, Tim, in the pregame, that they've been able to do. And that's how this team has been such good defensively, so good offensively. Off the mark there. Coming away with it is Kean. Looks like Orlando might have gotten the wind blown out of her a little bit. It's going to be 2 free throws for her. New players coming in for the Cougars. First shot is good. And when I was doing research on this Kean team, it's very evident that they do not go to their bench that much. They are a team that loves to run with the starting 5 and lives and dies by them.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen teams that live and die by the three-pointer. It's an unsafe game, but I think an even unsafer game is living and dying by your starting 5.
Right.
And LaFleur with a nice move there to get around Castro.
LaFleur still putting in good minutes. Good move underneath the basket, able to get the layup. Cuts the lead till 2:12.
Minute 40 left on the clock. Castro.
I mean, you know, I agree with you as Orlando puts up the 3. It's hard to, you know, live or die by a starting 5, but sometimes, like, those are the best women on the floor. But, I mean, LaFleur may be earning herself some time, that's for sure.
Double dribble. She gets called for a double dribble there. She's confused about that one. Coaching staff for Kean. Minute 20 left on the clock here. Castro outside over to Orlando. Back to Marcotte. Passing it around here. Looking for somebody. They find Castro. Castro's three-pointer. It's good! Amanda Castro. Her 5th point on the day with that 3 bucket. Three-pointer off the mark there. And down low, off the mark by the Cougars.
Nice move by Mack there, trying to get to the basket and finish with the left. Had the positioning underneath, just couldn't get the layup to go.
Marcotte. 35 seconds left here. That's 17 seconds. Off the mark there. The shot clock's been turned off.
Nice backdoor cut by Castro, just couldn't finish the layup.
20 seconds left here. LaFleur from deep off the mark. And Ross is going to pick it up. Going to take it herself. Will pass it over to Orlando. 10 seconds left. And they're going to force a jump ball. Harvey's got some words. It looks for the Kean players. This game is way over. There's 5 seconds left. Why are you doing that? And that'll be the ball game at the end. Red Hawks take this one. They extend their NJAC winning streak to now 7 games. And they extend their winning streak to 5 games here. Red Hawks win 75-60, 15-point win. And a wonderful game for them. They were dominant all over. I mean, Tim, what can you really say about this one?
It was a huge win for Montclair State. Like I said, going into this game, Kean, you know, had a chance to go to 500 in the season, and I expected it to be a closer one than people were expecting. But Kean gave 100% of effort tonight for sure. And there was just a lot of different things that went right from Montclair State in the second half for them to get that victory. I mean, it was a really good third quarter from the Red Hawks. They were able to be efficient and score in different ways. But, yeah, Kean came in here, gave good effort, and Montclair State came away with the victory, and they moved to 13-3 on the season. It's been, I mean, could not have written a better story for Montclair State so far on the season.
No, I think this has been such a great season for them with, you know, all the new additions to the team, and they've been really exciting to watch. It's been such a fun season for them.
It has, and
so a big game to look at if you're looking around the NJAC. I'm sorry, I keep coughing. Is Rutgers Newark against Rowan University. Right now, Rowan leads this one 35-32 in the third quarter, but whoever wins this game is going to right now hold 3rd place in the NJAC for this team. Red Hawks are now 7-2 in the NJAC. They'll face up here in a big game on Wednesday where Rowan is set to come. Montclair lost to Rowan in their first time out. They lost their first 2 NJAC games. The first one was against Rowan. The second one was against William Patterson. Since then, they've been winning all over. Coming into this game, it's going to be a huge game for these 2 teams. Red Hawks have a lot to prove, as they've looked like they've really bounced back and have not looked back since that since the William Patterson game, which was second in the NJAC. Yeah,
I mean, Rowan is going to be a tough test. We talked about that before. They're a fantastic program. They've had a really good past couple seasons, and it's going to be a big test for this Montclair State team that wants to prove they're not just underdogs. They're also competitors, and they have a chance of winning this conference.
Well, for the Red Hawk Sports Network, we want to thank our wonderful crew here that was here with us today as the semester gets started here. But we will still be here as there are more games to be played in the future. We'll be back here on Wednesday for that Rowan game, that Rowan doubleheader. Thank you for listening, everyone, and we'll see you next time here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. I've been Vince McCone. He's been Tim Glassdoor.